Thanks very much, everyone, and thanks, Martin, for everyone logging in this morning. My name is Anya McNamara. I'm the Programme Chair for the Professional Doctors in Elite Performance here in the School of Health and Human Performance at DCU. My contact details are up there as well as our Twitter. So if you've any, after this webinar, if you'd like to get in touch or if you've any more questions, please feel free to do so. So what I'm going to do today is just do a brief overview of the Professional Doctorate, a little bit around entry requirements, and then a bit about how the programme works and the target audience for it. As Martin said, please feel free to add stuff into the chat box if you have any questions that may arise as I talk through this. So the Professional Doctorate in Elite Performance at DCU is a level 10 qualification. So it's the same qualification as a PhD, but it's designed slightly differently to a traditional PhD research program. The Professional Doctorate is designed for practitioners that are working in sport or other areas of performance. Currently on the program, we have teachers, we have doctors, we have physiotherapists, athletic therapists, and a range of sports scientists. And they're motivated to come onto the program because they want to find solutions to some of the real world challenges that they find in their daily practice. And they want to engage in an applied research program that helps them improve their working context and improve the performance of their context. So the qualification of the Professional Doctorate is designed to enhance and acknowledge the quality of innovation, your ability to critically review and systematically apply theory and research to sport performance. So typically people come onto the program because they want to engage in applied research. The bar for the Professional Doctorate is that you will be making a significant and original contribution to the domain, worthy and whole or part of publication. The broad ethos of the Professional Doctorate is that it's an interdisciplinary program, because the solutions to lots of the challenges that we find in sport are unlikely to be found through one single lens. And that's really exciting because it allows you to bring in multiple lenses, multiple theories, and multiple disciplines to address some of the issues that you find in your context. So like I said, the Professional Doctorate is a level 10 qualification, so it's the same level as a PhD program. But its difference is really in how it's designed and structured. It's a part-time program because that acknowledges that all our candidates are engaged in and working in an area of sport and performance. And that's really important because that allows you then embed the course into your day-to-day context. It allows you to take the things that we will talk to and read about across the modules in your research and use your professional context as the lab, if you like, to test those into. It's a 4 to 6 year program because it's a part-time program and it's delivered in a blended learning design. Because all of our candidates are working as busy professionals, we recognise that there's a blend and there's a flexibility to how we design this program. So much of your learning will take place online in modalities like we're currently doing, but also supported by in-person days in DCU and individual supervision as well. But the aim of the Professional Doctorate is that it's blended to meet your professional demands, because it's designed for practitioners working in that area of professional practice. It's also, people come onto the program because they're motivated perhaps to move domain. Or they're motivated to, I guess, move upwards in their professional context as well, and they want to engage in a level of academic rigor and research that would allow them to do that. Number 4 here talks to the entry requirements of the Professional Doctorate. Typically, it's a level 9 qualification, so an MSc in a related discipline. But what we also do is that we welcome applications via a process called recognition of prior learning or recognition of prior experiential learning. So we have a number of candidates on our program who may not have a level 9, may not have a master's qualification, but have significant experience as practitioners in their domain. And and we would through a process recognize that prior experience as an entry requirement. I'd really encourage people to get in touch with us and send an email if you're interested, especially to kind of flesh out what that recognition or prior learning qualification would look like. Like I said, there's a number of reasons why people would do these programs. And I think the first thing is it's a professional doctorate and elite performance. And really what we mean by elite in this context and within DCU and this program is it's a broad church. And it's really about people that are motivated in terms of excellence. Like I said, our cohort includes sports scientists, coaches, coach developers, teachers, performance directors, managers, athletic therapists, people working from grassroots right up to the highest levels of elite performance in sport, and also across other performance domains. Like I said, medicine, military, education. And so we define elite in its broadest sense. Again, encourage people to get in touch to discuss their own particular context. But it's this diversity, I think, that is a real unique feature of our program, because it allows you to interact with people both within your particular area, but also outside your area of interest. The other reason why people would do this program is that I would go in a professional doctorate. There's professional reasons why people would do the Prof Doc. Firstly, the modules that I'll talk about in a second are designed to support your professional development. They're designed to encourage you to consider what underpins your professional practice as a sport scientist, as a coach, as a physiotherapist, as an athletic therapist. And they're also designed to help you kind of plan your career trajectory. Where do you want to go to next? Academic-wise or doctorate-wise, the professional doctorate is designed to help you make a significant and original contribution to the domain. And at a level 10, at a doctorate level, that requires a robustness to your research and a rigor to your research. So the modules on the professional doctorate are designed to give you the toolkit of writing skills, research skills, and analytical skills that will help you do research at this really high level. So what does the professional doctorate look like? It's, as I said, it's a 4 to 6 year blended program designed in 2 phases. And in the first phase, in the first 18 months, you engage in a series of modules that are designed to provide you with the toolkit and the framework to go on to do independent doctorate level research. The first module that we do in year 1 is called Experiential Learning for Sport Professionals. And that's your opportunity to explore and critically reflect on your professional domain and on your professional practice, and to consider what are the theories, what is the evidence, and what are the philosophies underpinning how you work and how your domain works. The second module is a research methods module, and this module is designed to equip you with the knowledge, techniques, and skills to do 2 things. 1, to become a critical consumer of the research, to be able to read the research that's out there and filter what's good and what's not so good, and be able to integrate that into your own research questions. And that's the second part of that module, is that we would develop the quantitative and qualitative skills that you need to move on to doctorate level research. The third module is called Critical Inquiry for Performance, and that's your opportunity to get into the research questions that you really have. So this is your opportunity to get into the discipline, the theory, the practice underpinning the question that you have, or the broad area that you're interested in. And what we encourage people to do through this module is critically think about both the conceptual, what's happening in your practice, and also the theoretical, what other people have written about and wrote and talked about in the research, to help you cement a really solid, exciting, and innovative question that you're going to move forward with in your doctorate work. The last module that we do is a second year module, and it's called Innovations in Performance. And this is where we really start to plan, develop, and refine your doctorate studies by focusing on your particular area of interest and planning a research program that will move you into the research phase of the doctorate. These three modules are delivered in year 1. They're delivered in a cohort and then supported by individual supervision as you move into year 2 of the program. So like I said, we would have regular online delivery through year 1 and 2 of the program. And that allows you interact with your peers in a cohort. It allows you have regular touch points throughout the modules to help you gain momentum and provide structure to your studies. Through the taught element of the program, we'd also have a range of what we call stimulus presentations, where we invite staff, peers, and external stakeholders to share their work to stimulate debate and discussion amongst the cohort. And we would feel that we're really reactive to this, to the interests of the cohort here. So depending on the particular research topics that are in a particular cohort, we can design the program around that. We make really good use of the interesting students that we have. So a lot of our online delivery is built around student-led discussion, around peers discussion, and kind of critical debate. And you would be invited at various stages to engage in that community of practice as a really core part of our delivery structure. And I guess one of the most important parts at a doctorate level is that independent study is the majority of how you will work on a professional doctorate, but you wouldn't be left on your own. Every student when they enroll, are supported by a supervisor or a team of supervisors, and that supervisor typically has expertise in your area, in the area that you wish to study, and through regular tutorial sessions, they will guide your reading, your writing, and your research plans as you move forward. And they become your support network as you move into the research phase of the doctorate. If you're interested in applying for the professional doctorate, I'd encourage a couple of things. I'd encourage you to go onto the website and look through the information that's there. I'd encourage you to get in touch with me as a first point of contact to ascertain your suitability, and also your ideas about your research and how they might fit into the Prof Doc. Then the applications for 2024 are currently open, and there's a couple of things that you need to consider for that application. You will need a transcript and a CV. So a transcript from your undergraduate and your master's qualification is verification of those qualifications. We also ask for an outline proposal, and really what that is a broad idea of the type of research questions that you're interested in. And then we also ask for references from both your applied work and your academic and an academic background as well, to help us ascertain your level and the suitability that you have for the professional doctorate. But I'd emphasize in the first instance, please do drop me an email and we can discuss the next steps from there. So just about within my time frame, that's our final contact details, and I look forward to hearing from people in due course.